Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Joey and Maria again. You're watching VegasDtech, and today guys we got another Lake Mead water report for you for Wednesday, but we got something a little bit special because after the water report we're going to be doing something different today. What are we doing today, babe?
Well, I'm excited today because we're going to ride a boat on a Lake Mead cruise.
You know what? I've only been out on the actual water in the entire time that I've been living in Las Vegas for about since '85. I've only been on the water once, one other time than this, and this is going to be the second time, and we're going to be going out on the ferry cruise ride right over here. Let me take you in here and show you the Desert Princess, which is the ferry that we're going to be going on, and then we'll get into the report. All right, guys, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this Lake Mead water report for Wednesday, June 21st. You know, Maria made me like a little cool spreadsheet here on her Excel last night to where all I've got to do is just fill in the boxes with data points and I can get all the information for Mead and Powell. So let's go ahead and get into it. Lake Mead today, guys, the water level is 1,055.58 feet. The inflow today is 19,528 cubic feet per second of water coming in. We have 13,682 cubic feet of water going out of Hoover Dam. The average inflow is 19,611 cubic feet per second, and that's for the 14 days, the last 14 days, okay? The average outflow for the last 14 days is going to be 14,767 cubic feet per second going out. So as far as the change index is going, how much water differential between what's coming in and coming out is 0.10 feet, okay, up. And for the average change in the past 14 days, we're up 0.07 feet on average for the last 14 days. Days up, 14 days up in the green, and we have 0 days down in the red. So 14 days of positive water gain. Now let's go ahead and talk about Lake Powell. Lake Powell today, the water level at Lake Powell is 3,578.08 feet. And we have an inflow at Lake Powell of 42,422 cubic feet per second coming in, and we have an outflow today, guys, of 17,832 cubic feet per second of water flowing out towards Lake Mead. The average inflows coming in from the Colorado at Lake Powell is 51,935 cubic feet per second of flow coming in, and then we have an outflow average of 17,759 cubic feet per second of water flowing out, and that's an average of 14 days. As far as the change index at Lake Powell, they're up as always, as you can see. The change index is showing 0.56 feet up. Okay, guys, the average change in 14 days, they're averaging 0.81 feet per day of gain at Lake Powell. The days up, guys, we have 14 positive days in the green with 0 days in the red. So all in all, guys, everybody's getting water right now. Snowpacks are melting, snowpacks are flowing, and we'll see where this takes us for the rest of the summer. And anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get going over here. The cruise should be leaving in approximately 15 minutes, and we're about to take you out here on Lake Mead. Like I said, I have only been out on the actual water here one other time, and that was in like 2008. A friend of mine had a pontoon boat, and I went out with him and a couple of my buddies from high school. Other than that, I have never been out in the water, and we're gonna take the ferry. The ferry says they're gonna take us out to the dam, and hopefully I can get you some good shots. I brought my Canon with the 40 times zoom, so I should be able to zoom you into some really nice areas along the shoreline here. So hey guys, join us. Hope you guys have fun. Let's go ahead and get on this boat. Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm excited, and I just can't hide.
You're welcome.
Thank you, dear.
Same thing. We're gonna do a nice quick photo. I didn't make them scream. I won't make you scream.
Okay.
Right here, right here. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Very nice.
Thank you.
Cheers.
All right, guys, we're getting ready to get on board right now. All right, let's get up on here.
Vessel currently cruising on
Here we go, guys.
On our trip,
We're headed on out.
travel across a portion of the Boulder Basin of Lake Mead to Black Canyon and Hoover Dam. As we get underway on our excursion, there are a few nautical terms we'd like you to know and some rules of shipboard behavior we'd like you to follow. Called the Hurricane or the Promenade Deck has additional seating and an unobstructed view of the dramatic desert surroundings. I'd like to ask you to please use the trash cans and ashtrays provided and remind you that there is no smoking allowed inside our enclosed deck areas. Please don't throw any trash or cigarette butts over the side. Remember, here on the lake we are the guests of Mother Nature. Ashore, when you are in a backcountry area, you should leave nothing behind but your footprints. Today, on this beautiful lake, let's leave nothing behind but our wake.
Alrighty, guys, so you know what? I had to turn around and figure something out here because it was a challenging situation being on this ferry. Number one, they played music. I mean, good music, all kind of 80s rock and stuff. So I mean, they had a great, you know, soundtrack that they played for us while we were coming across the boat. But the thing is, all that stuff is copyright, man. You know what I mean? If I were to put it on here and try to let it go, YouTube would have just automatically flagged me for copyright for all that music being in the background. And then not only that, from time to time they would also run you know, they would narrate also as you come across, you know, as a tour guide. They would tell you all this stuff, so you got the speakers blaring behind you with a recording telling you about all the sites that were along the side. So none of that would have worked on this video, so I instead decided to just go ahead and narrate over this here and tell you what it is that I'm seeing. But on the upper right hand side, guys, you know, me and Maria used to always try to walk the shoreline, and as you can see here, we can't walk this shoreline because it just ends into a dead wall. The southern part of Lake Mead there, it just ends in a dead wall, and it's just a sheer cliff, you know, and you could just see right there. The only way that you could get around here, I'm pointing over here right now, you can't even see it, but right where that little crack is over there, that's the peninsula that you got to turn in to make this turn to come into Hoover Dam. I mean, you could look right at this wall and you could never even tell that that's the way to get into Hoover Dam, but it's sitting right there, and the ferry just took us right in. And there's like buoys up ahead over here, but we're just like slowly putting our way into the dam. And here's like I said, that's like the peninsula, the turn that you have to turn in. You just take a look at that, the white calcium mark there. The white calcium mark is like literally 80. In some parts it seems like it's 100, but I thought it was like 80 to 100 feet. It's hard to tell with just your eyes, but all that was filled all the way up to the top, you know. And it's just the enormity and the magnitude of looking at that when you're up close like this. It's just crazy, you know. I mean, you could look at it from, you know, 10-15 miles away, but when you actually get up to the sheer cliffs and take a look at it, you look straight up, it doesn't hit you until you actually look at it then. Trying to get a little zoom action, you know, to show you what it looks like, but don't want to get too much zoom going on there without some type of a tripod, because then the camera starts to shake. There's going to be some parts, you know, that the boat, the captain does some narration. It's going to be coming up real soon. I'm going to go ahead and let that go and let you guys listen to that, and then we'll come back on with the narration. But I'm just pointing off right here that as we're getting around the peninsula to go to the dam, just looking at this thing right here and just seeing that color up close, it's just an amazing thing to see, and one that no one really appreciates until you actually can get out here. But the only way you could access this is by kayaks or by speedboat.
Distributed to California and Arizona, as well as Boulder City. Hoover Dam is 726 feet tall from the bedrock to its top, and a quarter of a mile wide from canyon wall to canyon wall. At its base, it is 660 feet wide, or about as wide as 2 football fields laid end to end, and it narrows to a width of 45 feet at the top. The intake towers are as tall as a 34-story building. The 6.6 million tons of concrete in the dam complex is enough to build a highway 18 feet wide from San Francisco to New York, who gave his life during combat in Afghanistan following the attacks.
Here's the diversion tunnel.
The diversion tunnel, guys, where the water goes through and bypasses the dam right in there.
And as a way to ease security concerns,
yeah, they blew that up though. You know, that initially was when they filled the dam. They let the water go through there, but then they blew it to close it.
Feet above the Colorado River. Its construction required 8,000 tons of steel and a full 60,000.
They're talking about the bypass bridge that goes over the top of the dam.
The strongest of any major arch highway bridge in the U.S., capable of supporting 10,000 pounds per square inch.
Yeah, so anyways, coming away from that, you know, I didn't have a chance ever to see inside where that diversion tunnel was, but it looks like it either collapsed or they blew it or something like that. And when they blew it, that's what caused the water to start backing up behind the dam. So I'm pretty sure they actually blew it and closed it up on purpose so that the water would start backing up. Anyways, we're coming in right now to dock this boat, and it's really amazing because this ferry, they took the paddle wheel off the back and they loaded it with thrusters. So like as you come in here, you know, there was a lady that was piloting this, and you could just feel like the brakes come on when this thing was coming forward, and then you could just feel yourself being, you know, braking on the water. It's a crazy feeling, man. And then just feeling the thrusters push you away as you come close to the dock. But she did a great job, man, you know, bringing it in here like this. I thought it was that dude right over there, you know, but he's just like a deckhand. I thought he was the captain, but no. Well, the lady just came up to us and said, would you like to see your picture? I'm like, my picture? Never even knew. I thought she took it for a boarding pass, but here's what it looks like. Take a look. And all the cost was $5. All right, guys, so we're back in from the cruise, and I got to tell you, man, for the second time that I've ever been on the water, if you come to Vegas and you get a chance to come down to the marina, you got to give the Desert Prince ferry boat a ride, man. It is so affordable. I can't believe it. You know, it's $39. If you're local, you get another 10% off, so it's like $35 for local. And I don't know what took me so long to come down here and get on this ride. Maria loved it. And they take a picture of you with the life preserver at the beginning when you get in. And then somewhere throughout the course of the cruise, they meet up with you and they show you the photo. And they just ask you if you'd like it. And it's only $5 for the photo, guys. So it's really great, man. $35, man. They got food, they got drinks, they got cocktails on the inside of the boat, on the middle deck. You know, we stayed up top, man, because it was just so nice up there. And even if it feels really, really hot, don't worry about it. If it feels hot, go to the front of the boat, because once you start getting across the water, when the wind comes across that water and it comes up on you, it just drops like 15 degrees instantly like that. So anyways, man, this is total fun. I encourage you guys, come out here. If you come out to the lake, come out to Lake Mead Marina, come down here to the ferry boat ride, man. I thoroughly endorse it. The second time I've been on the water since I was 14 years old back in 1984. All right, everybody, that's all we have for you today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed coming out with us here as we rode on the Desert Princess on the Lake Mead cruise. We've never been on it. This is only the second time I've ever been out in the water here at Lake Mead. Go figure. But Maria, how did you like it today? Did you have a good time?
Oh yes, definitely. This is my first time here and I had so much fun.
There you go, man. So, I mean, I was wondering how choppy it would be on the water, guys. Let me tell you, this boat is so smooth. I think it's smoother than being in my car, and I couldn't believe it. Being out in the water, glass, guys, it was beautiful. Top deck, we got to move around the back, going to the front, all along the sides, and the views were phenomenal. Just a beautiful day. If you guys get an opportunity, come down here, man, and give this guy a ride. I definitely guarantee that you will not regret it. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to close this one out. If you found any of this information beneficial, useful, even entertaining just coming out with us today, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit the notification bell. YouTube will alert you if you like videos like this one here, and I will catch you guys on the very next video. Anything else, Maria?
Bye guys, thanks for coming with us today.
Thanks for coming, guys. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.